بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم وبارك على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Inshallah, today we'll be completing the book. We've reached the module where we were looking at the differences between the normal handwriting, how some words and letters and signs are written in the Quran, between the normal handwriting as well as what's written in the Mus'haf or in the Quran, or what's known as Al-Rasm Al-Uthmani or Uthmanic text. And we had taken the first 4 lessons in this module, and inshallah we'll be taking the next few till the end, bi'idhnillah. I'll just share my screen. Right, Bismillah ar-Rahman. So basically yesterday we went over, there's a quick little summary. We said that the sukun in the Mus'haf, the way it's written, it's like the head of a small ha. As you can see, this one here, it's like the head of a small ha. That's a sukun in the Mus'haf. And then the head of a small sad is on top of an alif to show that it's hamzatul wasl. So for example, this is wal baladu. How do we know it's hamzatul wasl? Because there's a small sad on the top. Thereafter we went to mad. We said that in the Mus'haf, in the Quran, when you see this wavy line or this mad, you must pull it extra 4 to 6 harakat, depending on the rules of tajweed. However, when we're reading normally, we just pull it a little bit. So that's the difference. We then said that when they want to tell us al-maddu tabi'i in the Mus'haf, because they already, when they put a mad, we have to pull it extra. So what about if we only have to pull the letter just a little bit? Here they don't write it with a mad. In the left column, we've got it how we would write in normal writing. Rather, they put a hamza, small hamza on the line, and then an alif after that. So for example, this in the Mus'haf, it's wa'ati. Normal writing in the left column here is wa'ati. And the way it's written in the Mus'haf in the right column, wa'ati. And inshallah today we'll move on to this new lesson at Darsul Khamis, the 5th lesson. Basically, حرف صغير بعد حرف كبير. What they're trying to tell you is that they give you small letters, alif, waw, and ya. If you look at it, this is a small alif. It comes after a large letter. So this small alif has come after a dhal. This small alif comes after a lam. Again, this is to show you that pull it a little bit. Pull it a little bit. So if you remember in the lesson of al-maddu tabi'i, we wrote a big alif after a fatha, and we wrote a big waw after a dhamma, and we wrote a big ya after a kasra in order to pull it. Here in the Mus'haf, they write it in small. So that's a small alif, small alif. So for example, when we're reading here, we would say dhalika, not dhalika. They want you to pull it a little bit. Dhalika. Lakini. Malaikatu. Notice how this one, they want you to pull it. It has a small alif, and on top of it, they have a mad also. Malaikatun. Then, hadha. Wa'adna. And then this one also has a mad on top of the alif. Ya ayyuha. So exactly the same thing. It's just the writing is a little bit different in the Quran. Brother Khaybar, if you're with us, could you read for us, please?
Yeah.
If you're able to.
Yeah. ذلك ذلك لكني ما لا ملائكة هذا وعدنا يا أيها.
Ahsant, Brother Dawood. Brother Dawood, I might be on mute.
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
Then
Can you?
first the, and then we have the little alif sign. So da lika, da lika.
أحسنت.
Have a lam, la, and the sign, the little alif. La, lakini, lakini.
أحسنت.
Then we have ma, mala, malaikatun, malaikatun. Then ha, with a little alif. Ha, hatha, hatha, hatha.
Ha. Well done. هذا.
I'm trying to pull the first one, and I end up
Yeah.
trying to pull the second one.
The second one you also pull it because it's got a alif at
Pull
the
it
end.
too?
So pull. Yeah. So pull the ذا also. هذا.
All right. Hatha.
أحسنت.
Then wa, ad.
Yeah, there's supposed to be a sukun on the dal. Well done.
Yeah. Wa'ad, wa'adta, wa'adta. No,
Na.
wa'adna. Yeah.
وعدنا. وعدنا.
Yeah. No, that's not yeah. This is confusing. So that's a ya.
Yeah. And then they want you to pull it. And they
Yeah,
also want you to pull it a little bit more, so they put a mud. So not only ya.
Okay, but then the next letter is a hamza with a fatha.
Yeah.
So that's the extra pull?
No, then the hamza with a fatha, you read it as a separate letter because it's got a fatha.
Okay.
So ya ayyu. Ya ayyuha.
Ya ayyuha.
Ahsant.
Ya ayyuha.
So notice how the small alif and the mad is for the ya, and then the hamza is alone, ya ayyuha. Ahsant. So that's to do with small alif. Then with a small waw after dhamma. So for example here, ba'dahu hamluhu. I don't know why they didn't put the sukun, etc. Khayba, if you're able to read, please read.
Yeah. بعده. Shall I carry on?
Yeah. Finish the.
حمل داوود قومه كأنه نعمته.
Ahsant. Brother Dawood.
Okay, yes. Na'adahu.
The first letter is what?
I'm sorry, ba.
Ba. Ahsant. And then there must be a sukun on top of the ayn. They haven't put it, but there must be a sukun there.
Ba dahu. Ba dahu.
Ahsant.
Ham lunu. Hamluhu. Hamluhu.
Ahsant.
Dawuda.
You see how it's got two waws? Dawuda.
Dawuda.
Ahsant.
So then we ka.
The waw should have a sukun also on top of it.
Okay, yeah. Kaimahu.
Okay, it's a waw. So qawmahu.
Qawmahu. Ka. Ka'a, ka'ana, hu, kahanahu,
أحسنت كأنه أحسنت.
ka'anahu.
And this one here, the ayn should also have a sukun. This last one here.
Ni'ah, ni'ama, ni'amata, ni'amataun.
Who, huh? Ni'matahu.
Ni'amatahu.
Ahsant. Ahsant. Well done. MashaAllah. And then the ya, notice how the ya is written a little bit differently in the Quran, this type of ya. Ours, we wrote it like an S. Here, this is a ya. And same thing, they just want you to pull it a little bit. So, ahlihi, dunihi. Khaybar, if you hear, please read.
Yeah. أهله دونه رحمته سبيله طعامه ظهره.
Ahsant, Brother Dawood.
Ahlihi,
Ahsant.
do, dunihi,
Well done.
dunihi. Ra, is that a ha?
Yeah, it should have a sukun.
Rah,
Well done.
Raktuni.
Rah. There's a small meme joined to the ha.
Okay. Rah, mihini. Rahmini.
Okay, the meme has a fatha. The fatha belongs to the meme. Rah.
Rahma, tihi.
Ahsant. Well done.
Sabi, and there's a ya. Sabi, lihi.
Ahsant.
Sabilihi. Tahamihi.
Ahsant. Ta'amihi.
Tahamihi.
Ahsant.
Taharihi.
Okay, so I don't know if they put in our book, there's no sukun. The ha has a sukun. So you just join the dha to the ha. Dhahrihi. Dhahrihi.
Dahrihi.
Ahsant. Notice how. Yeah, ours, I think they forgot the sukun. Notice how in this lesson, all these three we've read, the small alif, the small waw, the small ya. Notice how they coming after a letter. So for example, the very first one, the small alif, it's on its own. It's coming straight after the dal. The second one, it's coming after the lam. It's a lam, and then that little line is like a kursi for it to sit on. Same with the waw. Ba'dahu. Notice how it's after. Ahlihi. Notice how the ya is after. In the next exercise, we've got small letters, a small alif, and a small sin. However, it's on top of the letter. So look at the first one. The first one, the alif is on top of the waw, directly on top. It's not alone. Second one, on top of the waw. The last one, the sin, is a full sin on top of the sad. So in the Quran, when you find it like this, immediately a small letter, small alif, small sin on top of a letter, then we pronounce the small one and not the big one. So for example, here you would say al-hayata. It's like we're ignoring the waw. It's like this ya is connected directly to the alif. So it's literally like this we pronounce it. Ya and alif. Ya. But that's just the way they write it. They write a waw and a small alif. What does that mean? As long as it's on top of the letter, it means the small one is given preference. So here, al-hayata. Next, az-zakata. Not az-zakawata. No. Az-zakata. As-salata. Kamishkatin. Mawlahu. Look at this one here. If you don't read it sad, you don't say yabsutu. No. Yabsutu. You read the scene. So notice the difference. Previous lesson, the small letters were after. Here, the small letters are directly on top. Khaybar, if you here, please read.
Yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Al-hayata, az-zakata, as-salata, kamishkatin, mawlahu, yabsutu.
Hassan, brother Dawood.
الحياة
Ta, huh?
الحياة
One fatha. Al-hayata.
الحياة
Hassan.
الزكاة.
Okay, so this one, you won't pronounce the lam. You'll go straight to the zai because there's a shadda. So you'll say az-zakata.
الزكاة.
Ahsant.
الصلاة.
Ahsant.
خامش
Yes.
كا
Well done.
كا.
Well done. Last word. Last letter, sorry. Kamishka.
تو.
Okay, so the ta got two.
تي.
Yeah, two. It's got two of them. Tin.
تين.
Ahsant. Kamishkatin.
كاتين.
Well done.
مالا.
Okay, the waw should have a sukun. Ours don't have sukun. So you join it. Mo.
مو.
Ahsant.
مولاهن.
Who. Mawlahu. One dhamma. Ahsant.
يبسوط.
Well done. You read
يبسوط.
this. Yabsutu. Ahsant. Second last lesson. If you notice, this got like a small oval shape.
لكنها.
Ahsant. Inshallah, I'll come back to this lesson. Explain it again, inshallah, with examples. I'll find them for you. Notice how the lesson we just took, the sign above is like a zero. So it's more like an oval. The next one is more of a round circle. And this round circle is to show that the letter is silent. It shouldn't be read. So for example, here, first one, you wouldn't say ulaika. No, you don't even pull it. It's like it's not there. Ulaika. But they just write it. That's just how they do it. Next one, you don't pull the dal because... Sorry?
And that's not a sukoon.
No, it's not a sukoon because the sukoon, as we took it previously in the mushaf, it's like a...
and this is probably why they took sukoon, so that they could use this one later on.
Yes. So this one, ulaika, thamuda, qalu, yatlu, mi'ata, naba'i. Brother Dawood, give it a try, please.
Okay. Ulaika.
Ahsant.
Ulaika. Okay. Thamu. Thamu. Thamuda. Thamuda.
No, don't pull it. It's silent, the alif. It's as though it's not there.
Thamuda.
Okay, pull your meme a little bit. Thamuda.
Buddha.
Thamuda.
Thamuda. Ka. Kalu. Kalu. Kalu.
That's it. The wow is just to pull the lam, and then the alif is silent.
Silent. Kalu.
Qalu.
Ma. Kalu. 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 Me. Me. Mida.
Yeah, it's silent. Go straight to the one with the haraka now.
Mida.
It's as though it's not. Mi'a.
Mi'atun. Mi'atun. Mi'ata.
Mi'ata.
Mi'ata. Okay. Na. Naba. And then naba, but there's a little nabi. Nabita.
The fatha is for the ba, as you said, naba, and then the kasra is for the hamza.
Okay.
Naba.
Nabahi.
I.
Nabi'ata.
Naba. No. Na-ba. I.
Naba. Naba'ita.
No, there's no ta. The ya at the end is silent. It's as though it's not there. Naba'i.
Naba'i. Okay. All right. Then I have ya. Yat.
Hold on.
Yatlu. Latlu.
Yatlu.
Yatlu.
Ahsant. It's as though the alif is not there. Ahsant. MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Well done. Inshallah, what we'll do is these last two lessons, we'll go over them again, inshallah. I'll explain them again.
Yeah.
And hopefully it will also be at a time where the others are here. They're all able to make it. So inshallah, we could have completed the book together. Because this second last lesson, I just want to research a little bit more and give you some examples, inshallah, so we can see the difference clearly. And then the last lesson, we'll just go over it again, bi'idhnillah. And then the plan is, inshallah, after we finish the book, then we'll be mainly doing writing with revision. So we'll be able to cover quite a bit of revision, inshallah. And so you would have gone over the book at least twice, thrice, inshallah. Okay, Jazakallahu khairan.
Why actually?
Barakallah. Fi amanillah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.